once we get them all where they're going. Hi, there you go. So this girl right here is JD. JD is a 19-year-old female. She is our oldest here on exhibit. And at 19 years old for a female northern fur seal, that's actually really old. They can only live in the late teens. Early 20s, and 19 is doing excellent. Good, even though she's a little bit slow right now. She's a little bit on the heavy side. She's weighing in around 107 pounds. The females get upwards of 100 pounds at most. The males, on the other hand, get upwards of 600 pounds at certain times of the year. Now, to my right is Justin. He has Cordova with him. Cordova is a 12-year-old female. She's a bit smaller than JD. I'm pretty sure most of you heard her screaming her head off beforehand. She just really enjoys making sure everybody knows where she is, and she wants all the attention. Now, Cordova is 12 years old. She's weighing in somewhere around 80 pounds, and that's actually really big for her. And last but not least, most of you unfortunately cannot see him at the moment, but after the session I definitely suggest checking him out, is Baranov. Baranov is kind of lazy right now, and that's perfectly normal for a male fur seal at this time of year. Baranov's sleeping on the deck, all the way over there. So after the session, go ahead and go down and check him out. He is our largest, and he's our oldest male at 13 years old. He's weighing in somewhere around 350 pounds right now. But like I mentioned, he will get much bigger. In the next couple months, he's going to bulk up to about 550 pounds. Good job. Now, how many people here have seen northern fur seals before today? I see a few. That's great. We are lucky enough where we are only one of 3 establishments across the country and of 4 across the world to have northern fur seals in Azure Aquarium. We have 5 of the remaining 14 in population across the United States. So they're not as common as you would think. Northern fur seals are found in the northern Pacific Ocean, so basically in the Bering Sea. You can see them off the coast of Alaska, Japan, Russia, all the way down to California. And they're considered pelagic animals, which means they spend the majority of their time in the middle of the ocean swimming. Now there's lots of boats going on right now. They are considered those pelagic animals. They are built to live out in the middle of the ocean with no land in sight. These marine mammals, or these particular types of seals, are different from almost all other types in how they keep warm in the water. They are built to be this size. What they do is they use their fur. Now, on a normal human head, you have about 100,000 hairs on your head. On a fur seal, I mean, it's in their name. In a northern fur seal, in an area about this big, in a square inch, they have about 300,000 hairs. Now, you might be able to see it on JD a little bit. There's a different coloration on her body. If you see Baranov, who's standing up now, you can see he's a little bit dried off. What they have is 2 coats. They have a darker brown overcoat. Underneath, they have a pinkish whitish layer. Now that whitish layer is what keeps them so warm. What they'll do is they'll take their flippers, like the front ones right here, or their really long, floppy rear ones. Can I hand your flipper here? This one right here. Yeah, not as much fun. They'll use those flippers and they'll groom. What they're doing is creating an air layer between their skin and fur, and that's how they keep insulated in the ocean. Now these guys have a lot in common with us, considering they are mammals. They're warm-blooded, and they have that hair. They do breathe air, but they can hold their breath much longer than we can, about 8 minutes or so. They give birth to live young, and they nurse their young. Now these 3 were all born in aquariums across the country. JD was born at Seattle Aquarium, Cordova, and Baranov, our half-brother and sister, and they were both born at Mystic Aquarium in Connecticut. So they've been with people their entire lives. Good job. Now these guys are a lot different than most other seals. If you had a chance to check out our Atlantic Harbor seals in our front exhibit, you'll definitely notice huge differences in how they get around on water, on land, and basically just how they look. These guys are considered eared seals, which means they have external air flaps. If you pull on your earlobes, Those are external ear flaps. Atlantic harbor seals do not. They only have little small holes on either side of their head. Northern fur seals,
Talking to you there.
with the eared seals, they are built a lot like California seals, in which they use their front flippers. They use their front flippers to pull themselves through the water, as opposed to the harbor seals or earless seals using their back flippers to push themselves. These guys are a lot different in getting around on land. They can rotate their back flippers underneath them. They can even run or gallop, or in JD's case, kind of stroll along, which is fine. Atlantic harbor seals can only scooch along on land. Their front flippers are a lot shorter. Now what we're doing here today is a training session. This is where they learn and where we maintain all the behaviors that they know good. We do this all by offering conditioning or positive reinforcement. Whenever you hear us say the word good, they know that they did the behavior correctly and they're going to get their reinforcement. In this case, it's a lot of fish. They get a mixture of herring, squid, smelts, and sardines. We know exactly how much they eat every single day of their lives. Now we train them again to make sure they're as healthy as possible and they're thinking and moving all the time. Now what Justin is doing is training Cordova how to do a high jump. I know a lot of people think of big training sessions, seals are going to be jumping out of the water, jumping in the air, doing all kinds of stuff like that. The thing is, these guys don't know that yet. We haven't been training them all that long. They only came to us since July. So they're in the process of learning all of those big splashy behaviors. So this is the steps towards the process. What he has in his hand is a bead target. It's a very long pole with a target on the end. It's an extension of our arm. The first thing these animals learn when they are born or come to any zoo or aquarium is how to target. The way to focus their attention on an object. Usually we start off with our fist or a hand target. And then from there, you can pretty much teach them anything. With that bead target, he increased the distance from the top of the water to the air so that Cordova knew how to jump out far. Now, JD right here learned how to do or show off her natural flexibility by following my hand as a target. Good. And she gets bridged, or say that word good to say, you did an excellent job, you're going to get your reinforcement here. Now we train them a number of behaviors, again, just to make sure they're as healthy as possible. Now those can do anything from the teeth brushing to eye drops, to x-rays, ultrasounds, injections, and even blood draws here at the